So this webinar is about product management essentials. And when I talk about product management essentials, the major focus would be that we look to the entire life cycle of a product and get some best practices along the life cycle, starting with product strategy, through product concept, product development, market entry, up to service and evolution of a product. And that's also why I chose this subtitle, From Requirements to Business, because actually we should always keep in mind that what we are doing is for business purpose and not just to collect features and make fancy software products. A few words on our background. We have been working in different industries over the past 10 years with Vector Consulting Services and learned and supported with our clients very different in product management, which is, for instance, related to creating business models, helping to transform companies, specifically currently with the advent of Internet of Things or industrial Internet, but also to facilitate efficient and agile development practices linked towards product and business strategy. And this is where this webinar comes from. We have often seen that companies striving for efficiency tend to locally optimize, but at the end of the day, do not anymore have a good focus on the real value creation. You can do a lot of things with high efficiency and still not be effective from a business perspective. And that's exactly where product management meets development practices. So the webinar will focus on product management, not so much on the development, not so much on the software engineering, not so much on the IT topics. And for that reason, we have a strong focus also on effectiveness. There's a story which I'm always reminded when I try to position product management, that is in brief, that a group of workers were very hard working in the forest to cut trees in order to build a road through the forest in order to connect two cities with each other. And at a given moment, their foreman was very happy with the speed and the efficiency of this team. But when he was then climbing up a tree to see the overall picture, he was very frightened, because in fact what he realized was that they were doing great work in terms of cutting the trees and building the street, but unfortunately it was the wrong direction. So they were excellent in their engineering, if you want, but very poor in their business and product management. And what we need to do is to connect both branches. We need to be efficient. We need to be certainly very well positioned with engineering. In time, we also need to focus on a good direction so that we don't end up like this team of workers who were cutting trees very efficiently, but unfortunately the wrong trees. The structure of this webinar is in a way that we first look into what is product management as a discipline. I will then focus on 10 success factors for winning products. We will then look into growing the product management competence. And this is also about where you can yourself think in terms of how can you evolve as a product manager, knowing that product management is not something which you can learn in business school. It is something which you have to learn on the job. And learning on the job has some benefits, but is also typically much more challenging than if you have predefined courses. And finally, there's a conclusion where we'll also give an outlook on some more literature, etc. Out on the slide with our challenges in industry is that we often focus too much on features and not so much on dreams. In other words, it is a challenge across software and IT to step backwards and consider, are we still going in the right direction? Do we still generate value? Or very simply speaking, what is the value proposition of what we are doing? I recommend that we briefly do a short quiz. The quiz is for yourself, and it is simply to give you a feeling about your own product management in the company. So these are 10 questions. Just very briefly go over them intuitively. Mark if it is a yes with point. If you don't know, you put a 0. And if your answer is no to the question, then you put -1 point. First question, can you list your key markets? What value to deliver to each of your key target markets? Does your product strategy clearly underline which markets you address and why? Or is your strategy significantly different from your competitors? Can you describe how your organization creates superior value? Is your company perceived as superior in your key target markets? 7, are the relevant functions in your company organized to best deliver the value required by your clients? 8, marketing strategy able to cope with risks from suppliers, customers, competitors, and products? 9, do you periodically monitor assumption risks and business cases? Do your people understand and support the above points? To put together where you put a 1, you subtract the -1s, you get to which can be between -10 and 10. Practically, it's typically 3, 4, and 10, and are of 8 to 10, then certainly are in an extremely good shape, and you clearly deserve my congratulations. And from a business perspective, you might recommend your shares because they might soon become overvalued. You will certainly survive, but depending on your competition, less than 6 for product manager means it's insufficient. I'm not saying that less than 6 means that you have not understood your business, but since the questions are a mix of strategy, business, process, and communication, it is also very important that you have a look to those where you put a 0, because it means maybe there is something where you have a blind spot, or a -1, which is here is something where you clearly need to improve. Our content from business perspective, I will show the results of a customer survey, which we do on an annual basis. So we see over time also some kind of evolution of topics. And we are asking the survey to our customers, what are your current challenges, which is the horizontal axis, and what are your midterm challenges, which is the vertical axis. Now, looking to the results, what we see that clearly the foremost ranking topic, and that has not much changed over the years, is efficiency and cost, which means most business are in a severe with worldwide competition, which is also due to the fact